I happened to listen to a lecture by Stanley Messenger entitled Virtual Reality and the Paranormal. The full lecture can be found on the digital archives of the Wessex Research Group Network website. In the lecture, Stanley suggests that the role of the paranormal is to show us that our current reality is shifting ultimately to the point where the paranormal becomes the norm. Could then the purpose of paranormal phenomena such as ghosts, mediums, UFOs, crop circles, and other occurrences give us clues to a shifting reality? Mediums act as that link between those incarnate in a physical body and those in spirit. This suggests the idea and a reality where there is a continuity of consciousness beyond death, something that you normally associate with the Eastern mystic tradition. We also realize through mediums that we can communicate with beings in spiritual form. Could then there be a reality that we live within an ocean of thought and consciousness that extends far beyond the earthly plane? Ghosts, to some extent, perpetuate this idea. Beings, forms caught between the world of spirit and matter, often through a strong attachment to a place, a thought, or a person. Well, Warminster has been dubbed the UFO capital of Britain, due primarily to the high number of sightings in the area. Is it then a mere coincidence that Wiltshire has more crop circle formations than most other places in Britain? And what do UFO sightings and crop circle formations tell us? There are accounts of interactions with extraterrestrials and sightings of spacecraft as far back as the Old Testament, and it's thought that since 1945 the frequency of visits has increased, due primarily to humanity detonating nuclear devices. If mediums and ghosts give us the idea of consciousness on other planes and dimensions, UFOs and extraterrestrials bring a sense of physicality to it all, a reality where we might come face to face with a being that is not human. The idea that we are not alone, and the idea of human interaction with extraterrestrials, has of course captured the imagination of filmmakers and television program makers since the 1960s. But what would be the reality if we were to start communicating with such beings be, not just for us as individuals, but as humanity as a whole? What then is reality? In everyday usage, the word means the state of things as they actually exist. The word first entered the English language in the 1550s, and it related to the idea of fixed ownership of property. But then, is reality something that is fixed, or is it constantly shifting? Stanley suggests that our perceptions of reality only change when we are forced into an inner path of development that forces us to reconsider what is real, when the paradigms and constructs we develop from birth that define our relationship with the external world are challenged. Scientists have indicated the existence of multiple dimensions. Could it be that there are also multiple realities? Could it be that we have crossed the threshold where the norm and the paranormal meet, the paranormal becoming the norm?